Hey guys, Pat Ryerke here, also known as the Patriarchy, kicking social justice ass well into 2017 and beyond. Alright, so Dove soap. I actually used to use Dove soap a lot because I have very sensitive skin. I used to get rashes and shit. And Dove's actually really good soap. I highly recommend their products. Everything I've ever used of Dove or Dove has been very good. It's a good brand of soap. So now I'm gonna make fun of them because they did this really stupid transgender ad. I guess a month ago, but for some reason it's been getting press recently. All of a sudden, people are talking about it now after it's been out a while. But I'm gonna look at this article and talk about it a little bit, and then just why I laughed at this commercial because it's so funny. Just like entertainment media, advertisements have the power to both shape and reflect the culture. While capitalizing on social trends, brand experts are pushing to mainstream controversial themes, and Dove soap is the latest to participate with the transgender star. Dove ad features transgender mom. No one right way. Earlier this month, Dove released an ad with the transgender mother as part of its new Real Moms campaign celebrating motherhood. We are both his biological parents. Shia, I think, or she, a man who now identifies as a woman, comments in Dove's new commercial while rocking a baby. You get people that are like, "What do you mean you're the mom?" We're like, "Yep, we're both gonna be moms." After an assortment of women describing their mothering journeys, Shay returned to the screen with the comment, "There's no one right way to do it all." This isn't the first time Dove has pushed this progressive commercial content. For its 2015 Father's Day ad, the beauty brand included a gay couple among its lineup of new fathers. Okay. Within the LGBT sphere, several companies have included gay and lesbian companies to promote everything. From Chopani yogurt, I think it's Chopani. I don't know. I don't know what Chopani yogurt is to Wells Fargo Financial Services, but now Dove included brands are moving towards transgenderism and gender fluidity in ads. The latest Dove campaign joins a large number of transgender themed ads within the beauty sphere. Makeup brands L'Oreal. L'Oreal is one of the companies that removed its ads from YouTube, by the way. Milk and CoverGirl. Yeah, CoverGirl's the one where they have the guy now who's the CoverGirl, even though it's a dude wearing makeup. It's very weird. Have featured transgender or gender fluid models, while other brands have tackled political issues head on. In late March, Vicks released a widely hyped ad called Generations of Care, which featured the true story of Gayatri, a young Indian girl, and her adoptive transgender mother. Everyone is entitled to basic rights, Gayatri stated in the 3.5 minute spot. That is why my mom, then why is my mom denied them? That's why I will become a lawyer for my mom. That reminds me of the Audi commercial, like, do I tell my daughter she'll always be valued less, that she won't get paid the same, even though none of that's true? Like, the thing, like, my mom's denied basic rights. What basic rights does this transgender person deserve? They have the rights to get a job. They have the right to go to school. They have a right to health care and everything. If you want the right for everyone to accept them as a woman completely, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. We're pretty far away from people, the country accepting the transgender, especially the gender fluid thing. You could kind of make some progress with the transgender argument, right? Because you could be like, hey, there's this neurological issue that some people have that makes them identify as another sex, and they have an issue with it, and we've looked at it for years, and we need to acknowledge these people. That's fair. But when you start getting the gender fluid thing, we say like, well, I can just be whatever I am. I'm just gender fluid. Gender fluid's just bullshit. You know, with transsexual and stuff, there's something to it. I can understand it. I've looked into it. I was fascinated by it for years before it became this fucking political bullshit. And people like Lacey Green started talking about it out of their ass. They all started just applying it completely from a sociological, psychological standpoint, and they just ignored any science or data we had on it, and just ignoring the fact that, yeah, it's not normal to think you're a man or a woman when you're born a man or a woman opposite, and it's not normal to wear the clothes or anything. It doesn't make you like a freak or somebody that doesn't have rights, but what are human rights? You want rights to be acceptance. You want your acceptance and rights to be like, hey, you have to do what I want. Well, fuck what you want. The world's not built for your comfort. I don't get everything the way I want it. I want to be seen as the most handsome guy in the country. I'm not. Huffington Post reporter Carla Herrera wasn't subtle about the touching ad, noting that it's redefining India's traditional family. According to NBCNews.com, the commercial had been viewed more than 9 million times on YouTube. Before that, Secret Deodorant released an ad for its stress test campaign that focused on transgender bathroom usage. During the 30-second spot, a man is visibly nervous to exit his bathroom stall when a group of young women enter the bathroom. When he finally does, the screen reads, Dana finds the courage to show there's no wrong way to be a woman. This whole campaign through these ads is like, there's no right way to be a mom. I can be a mom. I'm a dude. I have a dick. Well, then you're not really a mom. You didn't have that baby. You didn't have that baby. You're not a mother. You didn't have that baby come out of you and raise it that way. It doesn't mean you can't, I guess, emotionally be a mother if you want to be. Because you're a transgender, effeminate man. That's fine. But that's not saying there's no way to be a mother. The right way to be a mother is to biologically be able to have children. That's typically how you have to be a mother. Also, this bathroom thing, I love it. It's a dude who's just nervous to walk out, like, oh shit, I gotta go out here. And it's like, yeah, I'd be scared too. A bunch of girls might get freaked out. There's a dude in the fucking bathroom. You look like a guy. You don't look like a chick at all. Like, I thought you were supposed to look trans. That wasn't the idea. Like, it just looks like a guy. Like, oh, okay. It's a little weird. Huffington Post and New York Magazine called the ad groundbreaking. Oh, Huffington Post. All right, well, if they said so. Dove, Vicks, and Secret are owned by parent companies that earned a perfect score of 100 on the Corporate Equality Index. The report, published annually by the Human Rights Campaign, lists the most LGBT-friendly companies. LGBT-friendly companies. Here's the thing, guys. Let's go this way. I have no problem with gay people. I have no problem with transgender people. I don't want you guys to think this is a bigoted hate video where I'm just here to be like, I'm a right-wing guy and I fucking hate these trannies and stuff. That's not true. I don't have an issue with people being who they want to be. I'm all okay with individualism and all that shit. It's cool, man. But the science isn't there, people. And their science is like, it's almost like just been stalled. Like, these companies now are just saying, well, you just have to accept this, okay? This guy's a fucking woman. You have to, you fucking bigot. It's like, no, that's a dude. Look at the pictures of this. That's a fucking dude. It's hilarious. That's such a guy. It's a big guy. It's like Zoe Tur. It's like, look how big that dude is. That's a man wearing a dress and there's like a fucking wig on. It's like, come on. I mean, I'm not telling them what to do with their lives. They can do whatever the fuck they want. But when you put that in a commercial, not only is it just for virtue signaling purposes, because most of the country is not this way, or I don't even think the majority of the country really feels comfortable with this whole thing. And then you shove this down our faces like, well, you have to accept it because we're Dove soap. It's like, oh, wow, thanks. You make fucking soap. I'm gonna go buy your soap now because you don't care about what a mom is, you fucking company. You, wow, you're such good people. And then it's just pandering to anyone who's actually trans, because you're taking the social justice aspect of it, this new third wave aspect about it. That's like, hey, we control the trans community now, and all these fake assholes, these gender fluid motherfuckers. And then you ignore anyone out there that's actually going through real issues, being trans, and having a hard time with themselves. This is ridiculous. This is once again a leftist thing, and I'm not just saying it's cultural Marxism or left. I know people in the skeptic community get shit because we call everything Marxism. This is to, once again, though, discredit the regular family, like a man and a woman together in a family raising kids. Now, the thing with the gay dads, right? That's different, all right? Like, if a gay dude wants to fuck another dude and they want to raise kids, that's what it's like. And it's like, hey, this dude wants to fuck this woman, they want to have a kid. That's right. But then when you have to say, hey, this guy's a woman, you have to accept him as a woman, I can't go that extra step. I can go that step for you to say, hey, you're gay, you like to suck dick. Okay, I can't go that step for like, you're a woman, I totally would have sex with your vagina. No. No. I'm sorry. You especially when you look that much like a dude, like, holy shit, man. Oh my god. Transition a little bit more, just a little bit more one way. Like, quit hitting the weights. But it's such a rare thing. It's such a small population. Now they're trying to inflate the numbers. You know, I did a New York Times article where they used really faulty science to inflate transgender numbers. They're constantly trying to inflate the numbers. Now they're doing it in commercials and ads. They're like, look at all these trans people that are out there, even though there's not that many of them. But look at all the millions of them. They want to buy our products too. We support you. Who are these? You think you're going to sell more soap because of trans people? Like, who are you marketing to? This is the same shit Bud Light did, where Bud Light's like, hey, SJW stuff, the wage gap. It's like, who are you trying to sell this to? Guys who drink Bud Light do not give a fuck about Amy Schumer. And then here we are a few months later, and it's the same shit. They just keep going in these cycles. It's like, Pepsi tries it. backfires. This isn't going to backfire because it pandered enough to them. It didn't, with Pepsi, it made them mad because they gave a cop a Pepsi. But then when an ad like this is just as stupid and shitty, it doesn't get criticized. Or the Beauty and the Beast thing, everyone defends LeFou. They're like, how dare you get mad that Disney put... It's like, I'm not mad that Disney made LeFou gay. I'm mad that they made a big deal about it, and then you go watch the movie, and it's completely irrelevant to the movie. They just put it out there like it was a big deal. It meant nothing. It meant nothing. It was pointless to even make him gay. It's like, why the fuck did you make him gay even? Why'd you make all that press about it? It was just try to pandering to SJW. That's all this shit is. It annoys me if you try to pander to right-wingers when you just have to throw out everything out there like guns and all that. And we gotta hold up our walls. Like, hey, I'm all for immigration and the Second Amendment. Fuck yeah, I'm all for that too. But it's how you approach these things. You gotta look at everything pragmatically and deal with each story on its own thing. It's got its own context. You can't always call something Marxism. You can't always call something, just regressiveness. You can't always call it fascism or something like that, because that's what these people do. They're reactionary, and we can't be the same way. I'm not saying this is a Marxist bullshit left technique. I just think this is really bad marketing from a company that's trying to do something different when they don't realize the core base of people who buy their soap just buy their soap with a pretty woman in the commercial putting soap on her body. Or L'Oreal, you see a pretty actress who's flowing her hair. Having a guy be the cover girl doesn't make women more excited to buy makeup. They're just like, what, a guy's wearing makeup that looks prettier than me? Okay. Yeah, I've definitely slept with worse looking girls than that guy, to be fair. I'm so terrible. I'm just trying to make... I'm mad at this, but I don't want to say it where I come off like a fucking asshole. I'm just mad at it because it's stupid. Because it's stupid to show this man... It's clearly a man with this woman to be like, there's no right way to be a mother. It's like, you're not a mother. I'm sorry, you're not a fucking woman, dude. You can feel like a mother all you want, but you're not. Your way of doing it's wrong, objectively. Your way of doing it is not the correct way. That is not how you do it. That is not... And just, they keep putting things like, oh, it's like, all this stuff was not an issue. Trans rights, the bathroom stuff. Now it's the biggest issue in the world. Like, abortion's the #1 issue. Trans rights are the #1 issue. We have all these issues in the world with war and immigration and actual human rights and poverty, and we focus on these really things like me having a right to abortion is the most important thing in this country. Trans people being able to use the bathroom they want is the most important issues. No, it's not. Those things are actually quite low on the list of rights that people should have. Now, I agree that people should be able to do certain things with that, although the trans bathroom thing... Why does you get to inconvenience everyone for yourself? Just go to the bathroom and don't make a big... If people are uncomfortable with you being in there, you should probably leave. If they're not, who cares? You don't need a law to fucking protect you. You should just have some social understanding at this point to know how to fucking act around people. You snowflake. You don't think I want to go piss in the women's bathroom sometime? I just don't do it. There's a longer line in the men's bathroom. It sucks, God, I hate having to wait for a urinal at a bar. I'd like to just pop in the chick's bathroom, and get my shit done. It's just that they push this stuff because they seem to think it's the majority of the world, the country is moving this way, like everyone's embracing this transgender thing, like we're all going to be fucking transgenders, we're all going to be dating them and embracing, we're going to have a trans... It's not the way it's going to go. You're pushing for something that is not an absolute, and there's not enough people out there. There's a lot of people on the bandwagon on this thing. How do you even know this guy's legit and just not talking shit, or that he's crazy, or that he has some kind of fucking wacky mental illness? You have no idea. Caitlyn Jenner's a fucking psycho. Bruce Jenner is a nutbag. Bruce Jenner was always a nutbag. And then when he gets even crazy, you're like, that guy's crazy. You're like, oh, you just hate him because he's a woman now. It's like, no, the dude's crazy. Now she's crazy. I don't fucking care. You're just making a scene and making a big deal out of something for no reason, just because you think some people out there are gonna like you better for doing it. They're like, oh, well, these companies, look what they're doing. They're being so brave. Well, this isn't brave. This isn't brave and amazing that you're doing this. It's stupid. It's stupid. Come up with an actual clever, interesting commercial. Have a real fucking concept. Don't just take something that's big in the media that's a buzz thing and like, well, let's make a commercial about that. That'll be important. That's a stupid idea. You know why the Mean Joe Green commercial's great with the Coca-Cola where he throws the jersey at the kid? It's because that's universal. It's a kid who goes to a football game and he meets Mean Joe, and Mean Joe's like, hey, kid, and he throws him his jersey, man. He gives him a Coke. It's like this beautiful little moment. It's like, hey, they shared a Coke. They had a moment. Buy Coke. Everyone can agree to that shit. That's beautiful. It doesn't matter. what else is going on. It doesn't matter that Mean Joe's black or no one cares. But then when you're like, hey, look, this being about a transgender mom is what this commercial is about. What the fuck does that have to do with soap? Where do you get off talking about this shit when you make soap? Who are you? The fuck are you to decide how I'm supposed to about feel or tell me what the right way to do something or not? You guys don't get to dictate that. You soap company, L'Oreal, you makeup company. Expensive soap to make you smell good, expensive makeup to make you look prettier than what you are. These things that sell you an illusion, I'm supposed to like just embrace them? Suck my dick. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, go fuck yourselves.